dive super deep and he dies and it delays his items, right? I think if Wawitas overplay their hand and Blacklist just utilize TPs really nicely, that's when we'll never really see their draft come online. So I'm hoping to see just really good execution coming out from this SA team. And of course, to get here, they had to beat everyone else in the region. So they clearly have it. It's just first game of the day. It can always have a little bit of a shakiness in them.
Absolutely. For those of you who are just tuning in, not a bad time. It is the first game of the day. Like I was talking about, we have Wawitas coming from South America, taking on the SEA qualifier team Blacklist International. Here at the ESL One Kuala Lumpur. Should be a lot of fun. Very excited to see both these teams. Dude, I've been eager for, you know, a tournament for a bit. You know, like there's always that dry period after TI. Thank goodness we have ESL, dude. Looking for Gabby here on the bottom side. They will go ahead and catch, and the blood grenade goes out. Great body blocks from Lumiere to close the gap with the battery assault from Panda. And Gabby, he's likely to give up the first blood. One more auto attack, but it will be Panda who grabs it. And I will say, I have seen Panda in his years play some ridiculous clockwork. So him getting a first blood is going to be very nice for him. But yeah, good find. The runes, though, looks like they're just going to pick up a single rune bottom, so not the end of the world.
Yeah, the top one was denied though from Batrider, so at least it isn't 3-1. It is technically 2-for-1.
True.
In regards to first blood, like there's not a lot of, when you think about like position 5s and like which ones can utilize first blood, a clockwork getting that a pair of boots by what, minute 130, that really can just completely break a lane. And this mid lane, this is what we've been talking about a lot for Blacklist. When you think about the moves that they can make, there isn't really a lot of rotation built into Blacklist lineup. So it's all on Abed to kind of play a strong lane, get the boots to travel that we expect from Alina, and kind of just start setting the pace for his team. And
bottom lane, Panda, one auto attack away, but will survive. I mean, he sent out a Fairy Fire and some extra tangos to start this. He's still got some gold in the bank, though, so like you said, getting early boots will be great, but at least the Windlace will help him still gap closes. Muerta, not a super fast hero.
Okay, so of course, I think I got a little bit too overexcited when I said boots. I'll actually happily say that was a really dumb statement to make. I kind of forgot he was playing into Muerta Brew, which is a lot of damage. So going for Windlace into more regen, it makes sense, all right? So please, guys, if you get first blood, look at the lane you're playing against. Don't just buy boots like I blindly said. Buy the items that are good for the lane. So yes, extra regen, very good. Yes, so I'm happy Panda did that. If he bought boots, I think in about 2 minutes time we would have actually been critiquing it in a negative way. So
you've been like, man, I can't believe this guy bought boots.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, I feel like as a POS 5, you know, when you get this gold, you just get excited, you know? I just had that small bit of excitement. I can buy it. No, wait a second. No, sorry. It's only a minute into the game. Let's buy the real items. But no. Yeah, Panda doing,
nice play.
Doing good.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things, right? That's always quite funny is, you know, you're like, oh, I can get boots by 2 minutes instead of 8. Amazing. Top lane, the bash is coming out from the Slardar, looking to bring down Carlo. They get him. He does throw a blood grenade last second, but Raven unable to close the gap, and the Slardar Lion lane. I mean, that is it's really cool. I like this. Like the setup from Earth Spike, allowing him to just go in for the crush. It's nice.
So Lion is one of the best position 4s for counter aggression. Tim's is going to get jumped in the bot lane and go down, but yeah, so Lion, it is the hero that is all about preventing your offlaner from getting killed, right? You've got double control through Hex and Earth Spike. You don't see the pub build where you go for mana drain and stun and just suck them. You know, you play for control. And that prevents heroes like TA that wants to walk into the lane, press meld, right click from actually getting off consistent damage. And yeah, Slardar, he's like, oh, wait a second. So I have a support that enables me to just farm the entire wave and just dominate. So yeah, in tandem, these two heroes are going to be very potent. And already seeing it on the CS, right? 18 for 4 on the Slardar to the 13 and 1 of TA.
Feels pretty good, man. Are you telling me you're not supposed to just max mana drain and rush Aether Lens, Blink Dagger, and Plate Mill?
It's so satisfying. I think every Dota, maybe not every Dota player, because I think most carry players probably don't ever want to play 5, but I'm pretty sure the majority of Dota players, and in chat you can confirm or deny this, you've done the build before, right? You've done Earth Spike into maxing mana drain as quick as possible and just giggling to yourself at like the most random hour of the day. Going, you don't have any mana. I'm doing nothing. It is one of the, it's probably top 10 satisfying things to do in laning phase. It's not
nice
that good,
rotation
but
from
it's
Tim's
fun.
there. Yeah. Prevents Dark Mago from grabbing that water rune at all, and Abed just beelining it to the top one. So Dark Mago will not be able to refill his bottle, has to pop a salve. That's a really value rotation because they're winning this mid pretty hard, right? Like we were wondering if Dark Mago was going to be able to find, you know, kills on the Batrider. That's the only way he's going to be able to like beat Alina in mid, right? Is if he actually finds these kills. But he's doubled in CS basically.
No, he's getting absolutely wrecked right now. It is, yeah, just the Arbed show. And this is what Blacklist would like, right? Arbed's going to be able to go for that boost of travel early on, start helping out the team, especially if Gabby gets an early split. Some Lina with good levels, plus Gabby split. It's going to be really good. Gabby might be able to get the kill on Panda here, but...
Lumiere
he go down as well?
needs a couple auto attacks. Nice, they get the bug, and he's waiting on a Sakuchi. 1 second away. Oh, what a fear by Tims. Nicely played. So Gabby will survive.
Tims is very happy. He's like, oh, I just saved you, but as my reward, I get the entire creep wave.
True. Yeah. Yeah, still walk all the way back. But, I mean, I think overall Lumiere is not too upset with this lane. Like, I like his build, man. Falcon Blade Bracer, he is pretty dang tanky.
Yeah, I think you need to pad some stats, especially against Lina, right? Like, there's so much burst damage. Yeah. If you get caught by a TA trap silence down the line or some Lina LSA, you need to have just enough HP to be able to get that time lapse off. So yeah, I like the fact that he's just preemptively thinking about that just a little bit. And yeah, for Wawitas, all lanes going well other than mid.
Yeah,
I think so. How can they bring Batrider into the game? It's gonna be one of those moments where you bring supports in already quite early on. We have a lot of action occurring in the mid lane. Oh,
yeah, it's like he's going for the Laguna Blade, tries to get him, but stick bait plus the raindrops, and now the turnaround, the rotation in from the rest of Wawitas, and they bring down Abed. Tims doesn't have a lot left, but Dark Mago on just a sliver of HP. Blood Grenade comes out from Carlo. He's trying to hobble back over to the high ground. Knight with the Hex will buy him some space, and they miss with the dead shot as well. Beautiful cogs there from Panda as they trap both. How's the XP difference between the mid lanes? Right, you have Dark Mago, who is just barely level 7. Abed is almost level 9. So he has gotten a lot more out of that mid lane on this Lina. And preventing yourself from dying to like this Batrider lasso is pretty huge.
Yeah, I think Dark Mago's pretty happy that he got 1 kill, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah, no, oh, he didn't. Did he actually get the kill?
No, he got the assist. He didn't get the kill.
No, he got the assist. Yeah, but his net worth isn't looking too happy, right? 3.1k to the 4.4. I think Batrider, luckily, even in bad games, you still have some level of input, right? I think bots BKB is like your happy point. Anything before, you can just relentlessly feed and struggle. And talking about that, Panda is struggling and not relentlessly feeding, but just dying. Only 2 deaths to his name yet, but yeah, I think for Dark Mago it is buy boots and then hope that I think Slaughter can just bring him into the game. I think luckily, like for Wawitas, like they don't really need Batrider to ultimately shine, just because you know at some point you're gonna have this overwhelming pressure coming out, right? Like he's had a completely free time in this top lane. If he can get to like Echo Saber, Blink, BKB, there's no real way to stop his aggression if he finds the initiation.
Yeah, I agree. It looks like they're setting up for the bottom side here once again, and Lumiere, he's just been tanking up a lot. Like we talked about it earlier with the Falcon Blade, and the Bracer also goes Pig Pole, now going for a Dragon Lance. So he's just trying to pick up stats here on this Weaver to not, you know, go down early. Like you were talking about the burst damage from the Lina, the Muerta even as well now as she's got some levels. They'll just go ahead and leave the tower.
Yeah. We're just respecting this Brewmaster just a little bit there, right? They've not forced the fight in any way. They've not tried to kill off this Brew in the split. Like, to kill off a Brewmaster, you kind of need, I think, like 2 or 3 heroes to chain CC, right? You need the Lion and Slardar, or the Lion and the Clockwork with a core. It's a lot of resources just to kill off a Brewmaster, which would then open up even more farm for Blacklist. So I think they're just going, you know what, Brew, you farm, and we're going to itemize and just kind of ensure that our own game isn't as volatile. And they mass TP to the top lane.
I mean,
looking to fight
smoke
it. This is the
rotation in, and full forward on the creep wave. He's got the lasso available, trying to find the Templar Assassin. Lumiere trying to close the gap as well. Nice TA trap, gets pushed back from the flame break, and Raven just trying to get out, but he's not going to be able to. The bash finally comes through from the Slardar, and the Finger of Death from Knight grabs them 2 kills. So punishing that smoke rotation that did not connect.
Yeah, and it's all a result of that 8.5-minute tower, right? Because they take this tower top, there isn't that protection, that coverage, that free TP for the Brew to come in and provide that split defense. So, yeah, the Brew travel, that right that way, using it beautifully. The early tower from Wawitas, they are doing a lot of these smaller things to provide level punishment. Now, looking at Panda was in the area, so I didn't know if they were going to be a little bit cheeky there and try and go for a hook shot. That's bad.
So,
okay,
actually,
no.
I got something I'll have to ask you in a moment, but mid lane, set up from Knight, is Dark Mago is just going to run down the Ogre. It's only a matter of time. The more auto attacks, he's got him.
Yo, Cryptic, hold up, boss. All right. What did I say at the 7-minute mark about Ogre?
You see,
what
you
did I
say in 5 minutes it's going to be Despair Ogre gameplay.
And what's happening right now, Cryptic?
It looks kind of Despair.
It looks kind of Despair, doesn't it? Okay, yeah.
Kind of Despair guy.
Sorry, I'm an Ogre player. I got like hundreds of games on this hero. I could feel in my ogre veins that this was going to be one of those games. I'm sorry, Carlo, but it ain't looking good, Chief.
Oh no, dude, look at that stack for Dark. Dude, they have made so many stacks for this Batrider to get back in this game, because he was super far behind, right? Like he was like a solid 2,000 behind the Lina at one point, but pretty much dead even, nearly. Only a couple hundred gold separating him from the top. Okay, there's something I've been wanting to ask, but stuff keeps happening. So I'm not sure if this is still the case, but I know when a Brewmaster is like brewed up and he's in Void stance, it gives him a ton of status resistance. Can you still primal split between battery assaults as long as you're brewed up in status resistance?
I believe you probably can. Is my gut guess. I've seen a lot of times where he can't, and sometimes he can. So I'm just going to assume yes. It's a very specific thing, but I've also seen how Clock can just counter brew, right? It's very much a thing, but
I feel like I've seen it. I don't know if it's like still a thing or if I was misinformed. Maybe you have to be like max, you know, Drunken Brawler to get that extra little 5% of status resistance. But
yeah, the thing is with Clock, it's very like you provide just the perfect amount with the battery assault. So anything that offsets that could be the case. Again, I've not really seen the Clock into brew in recent time at least. So it's not too fresh in my mind.
Yeah, of course.
But we'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, we'll try to see how that ends up playing out. Right now, how do you feel about like the state of this match? Like it is almost dead even in terms of net worth. So all 3 cores on Blacklist are super happy. They're finding farm, but who does this kind of like favor as we head into this kind of mid-game timings as the lanes break down?
I don't really think we're too much at a point of having a favorite. You know, like during the draft, I mentioned that Blacklist do need to farm for 20 or so minutes, and for their entire game to feel good, it's about how they approach this first Roshan, right? Like you expect the aggression to come from Radiant. You expect there to be just a lot more moves being made, right? And if Blacklist are confident enough to fight this first Roshan and prevent Wawitas from getting it, then I probably would lean to Blacklist winning the game. So I think this window right here is really where we can see that. And they are smoking up. They do have the Blink Dagger on Raven. Jumping onto the
very good. They find him completely. A nice attempt from Panda on the backside to try and stop this initiation, but he is all alone. 1v4. A great gank from Blacklist. That's just the Aether Lens range, man. Being able to LSA heroes from smoke range is really, really, really strong.
Also having your carry go for an early Blink Dagger, right? Like some TA players, they don't go for that, but Gabby, he does brew split into the mid. He's looking to go into Dark Margo here.
They can bring him back in, but Oscar's going to turn around. Tim's just gets destroyed, but Oscar's fallen low. The chain stuns are there. Not really worth it for the side of Wawitas, but maybe they can do something here on Dark Mago. They've got to find this Brewmaster. The lasso does come out, but do they have the damage? That's the question. Lumiere's respawned LSA off the mark. The bugs get sent through. Great stun from Knight as well. Raven doing some work here. Does blink onto the other side, but Panda will just isolate Carlo. So they do find themselves some returns, but another kill for Abed.
I think if you're Wawitas, you got to be a little bit careful here, right? Like, you get picked off top. That's just okay, fair play, Blacklist. You itemized for a quick poke. You got it. But then to try and take the fight whilst your heroes were dead, sure, you kill off the Brew, you get the Ogre eventually, but I think for Oscar to farm for this long on the Slardar and his, like, grand entry to the game was just to die. That's not kind of the statement what you want to make, but yeah, Wawitas, they are going to brush it off. They are instantly ping off Roshan. Something that we've been really just kind of emphasizing quite a lot for this Radiant lineup, yeah. But no, I think
you're gonna have Deso soon on Weaver as well. Like, he's only a couple hundred gold away, so you're gonna hit a ton of minus armor. You have level 2 Corrosive Haze up, combined with Bugs, Deso. I mean, these heroes are gonna evaporate if they manage to, like, get on top of the Lina, for instance. Like, it's only a couple of auto attacks for her to die.
It is what it is. You also have to consider that Blacklist, they do have some nice ways to deal with that physical damage, right? You've got Ogre, who could go for the Fire Shield, his Aghanim Mashard, if he gets to the Tormentor. Abed does get a nice kill on the Batter Rider in the bot lane while this is happening, but, you know, like, Tyr has Refraction, the Lina, when you have Aether Lens and bots and Blink eventually, like, your positioning will be so defensive that you shouldn't, in theory, be getting jumped by Slardar, right? So,
yeah,
I think Blacklist, like, time is going to be their best friend to get through this, and how can the South American side utilize this early Aegis? They are in such a great position to find kills, but if they blink incorrectly, if they position poorly, then of course Brew Split with a Radiance will just pick them apart.
Here would be a really nice kill. The blink, the crush comes through, the hook shot as well, and he's gone. Lumiere taking a beating there, but again, does have the Aegis to play with. He's looking for more. Nice time lapse there to dodge out that LSA, but the question is, can they find more? Oscar's got a blink up in one, looking for this Ogre Magi. Does connect on top of him. Another LSA comes through. Do they have the damage? They do. It's gonna be the Finger of Death coming out from Knight to secure that one. So good chase. Blacklist don't lose any, you know, they don't lose anything super important on that disengage.
This is just kind of classic post-Aegis fight, right? You're already in the area, they are killing off Batter Rider again. I feel like we're saying two things in this game. It's either Wawitas is getting kills or Batter Rider's off on the other side of the map dying. It's only been two
he's got
deaths,
a BKB
right?
too.
Yeah.
But good chase stuns. I mean, it's LSA into this dead shot, right? Really good timings.
And these are the kills that don't really help you out, right? You've got the Aegis, but now you're off map for 30 seconds, need to respawn. You're giving Blacklist an opportunity to smoke up, even catching Oscar. Oh, cancelling the blink, but not able to connect on the LSA.
Good ward there, plays from Tim's.
Wait, Oscar,
he will get vision for the
That's
moment.
So
I mean, going for this Lotus is very greedy. Abed looking to just TP on out, and he should be able to. Oh no, that's not what you want. And we've got a whole nother fight breaking onto the backside as they manage to just bring down Knight, and just no problem at all. Gabby combined with Raven. Dark Mago forced to BKB, will just try and bring down this Ogre Magi. I mean, you gotta get something out of this. They're just gonna leave him. They're actually afraid. Oh, this does not feel good for Wawitas as Panda tries to hook shot away, but there's one more auto attack from Raven.
Yeah, I'm gonna just be honest. I think Oscar's struggling in this game. I think the Slardar really isn't just packing the punch that we expect to, right? After his laning phase, like, he can just become this anti-Intero style, you know, offlaner. You see Lina, you jump, you can provide quite a lot of pressure. You see Muerta, you can kill again, of course, the support, but still. And we're not really seeing that. We're not seeing the kind of the utilization of Lion plus Slardar, Clock plus Slardar. Yeah, they killed off the Brewmaster at the top tier 2, but it's not been consistent. It's kind of been like every other fight, like one bad fight, one good fight, one bad fight, one good fight, and that's kind of not what you want to see from this Radiant lineup. It does just enable Blacklist to continue farming up. Like, they have a 5,000 gold lead right now. Like, everything's kind of going their way. Like, tier 2s, they're not getting pressured. Like, the extremities of the map, sure, that's where Wawitas do really well. Like, the tier 1 towers, they're kings. Roshan, they're kings. But as soon as you get to more enclosed parts of the map, the execution really isn't favoring them right now, and I think, yeah, it's just kind of testament to Blacklist's. I think their smokes have been quite nice, right? Like, as soon as they see one kill, it's smoke, get a kill, reset, go again. And they're constantly fighting inside the aggression of Radiant. Eventually it'll get to a point where they don't have to smoke and they will just be strong enough, and 6k lead. Now, this smoke from Wawitas, this is like the first time that we get to truly see them look for like the big fight, right? They're not looking for a pick-off, they're looking for a fight that can actually provide them some entry to the game.
I mean, you have this blink on Lion as well, which is a great tool for initiating. You also have a gem now, so something that people kind of underestimate is the vision that TA traps provide. He already has the shard, so it's even, you know, more than standard, so being able to remove those, quite nice. Not really connecting on anything with this first smoke, or rather this smoke in general. They will at least take down the tier 1 mid lane.
They're looking bottom
lane, they will see them under a ward. Hookshot comes out. Nice grab from Panda into the chain stun. Do they have the damage to find the kill? It should be a matter of time here. The mana drain shard, he's doing it!
Wow, that Lion was so unkillable. It's actually insane.
Unkillable. I don't know if you saw it. He was.
I mean, if he didn't have shard, the Murder would kill him, right? Smile, guys.
True. Yeah. All right. Aegis expired. The only thing you get out of this rotation was a Muerta kill. That first Aegis not super valuable, it would seem. I mean, I guess you can say you took it away from Blacklist, but it should have been Wawitas on first Aegis, right?
But I also think it's just how the meta shapes right now, right? Like, how often do you see a team get first Aegis and truly win the game, right? Like, there was that brief stint with Game and Gladiators at TI where they were closing out games in half an hour, right? But realistically, is first Aegis your win condition in 7.34, whatever letter patch you're in? It really isn't. So I think it can help you build up a 10, 12k lead, yes, but can it get you the win? No. So I think for Wawitas to be behind on net worth and obviously not in the winning position, it is difficult. And of course, if we do think back to that previous play, like Clockwork, he's hook-shotting the Muerta, but he was really looking for the TA. It all was a little bit off, and now Batrider once again getting found, but this time has the BKB, so can just walk away.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised with the BKB right away, as he did have like a shield rune. So like he could have blinked as soon as the Atos expired, but not wanting to risk anything, and I don't blame him. He's had a lot of death in this game already.
Yeah, it's the value of Aetherlin's LSA, right? Like, you don't know where people are going to be, especially because at any minute you're going to have some Hurricane Pike Meld Strike hit you, or some LSA from a million miles away, right? Like, the speed in which they kill is very, very high. Yeah, Blacklist are just chilling. They're just hitting creeps and farming now. Like, we've not had to talk about Gabby at all, right? Like, we've seen, what, maybe 1-2 splits, and oh, clock's dead.
Well, that is the the Aghanim Scepter reveal here from Abed. So just putting that Flame Cloak to good use, gets himself a freebie there on the Clockwork. Trying to see, was it just? It's just literally stun. Yep, he just died to the spell combo. LSA, Dragon, Slave, and Laguna, 100-0.
And back to Gabby, that's what I want to talk about. So he's just chilling, right? He got his Midas, he's got the Radiance, and now he's going for the Manta as well. Like, I love this evolution, I guess, of Brewmaster. I say it's not really an evolution, but still. It's like, we used to see Earn into Radiance, and then like some Aghanim stuff, but now with the Manta Radiance, it's just non-stop threat, non-stop pressure. Yes, Lion with his suck can kill off illusions, but it's just nice map presence, and especially when Blacklist, they have, you know, traps to look for people. Now you have illusions and radiance burn, additional evasion being kind of mischance getting spread throughout the fight. Like, it's just really nice anti-physical damage stuff coming out from Gabby, and yeah, another form of punishment. I'm waiting for Wawitas to do something. I'll be honest, mate. I'm trying my hardest, but like, they've smoked into nothing. When's their big punch going to be? They're smoking up again. Okay, nice. They're listening. Guys, don't do a pure off the stream. Can they find something?
Right. I mean, Blacklist is all set up on the top side here. You did finish some big items, like Oscar does have his Aghanim Scepter, Dark Mago got a 4-staff, so even better. They don't have a flare right now to set up vision for this rotation. They will grab Tim's immediately, and that is a nice kill. The Muerta, not to be underestimated, but a quick buyback, and you're right next to the outpost. Lion goes down, Gem on the deck. He's going to buy back as well, but into the BKBs, Tim's needs to be a little bit careful. Panda drops the cogs, but he's surrounded by these Brewlings and will be brought down. It is pretty rough here for the Radiant. I mean, they didn't get their gem back either. So Lumiere gets caught. LSA connects. Does he get the time? Left off the silence. The 4-staff. He dies. Oscar trying to chase down Abed on the backside, but an LSA catches him, and Oscar's in way too deep. All alone there. Ends up being a 5 for 1. 5 for 1, right? That's a dieback on your Lion.
Yeah. And now it's going to be second Roshan, 13,000 gold lead. It's looking to be here.
Ah, that's my favorite place. Yeah, you are just... The thing that's interesting about this Weaver build is he goes to his Daedalus, but he doesn't even have the Aghanim Shard, which is like the farming and burst item on this hero. We were praising like the fact that he built tanky early on, right? Between like the Dragonlance, the Falcon Blade, all these things, but now he's basically just a glass cannon, but becoming more and more glass as he's not getting, to actually attack heroes.
Yes. You buy the Daedalus with the expectation of there'll be enough frontline for me that I can just play behind you, right? Like you've got Dragonlance for the attack range, therefore you expect right clicks to be occurring. But just the way that they're finding their fights right now, it just isn't connecting. So now the items just look underwhelming. They look like they're actually hindering their ability to play out the game.
Yeah. I mean, Oscar is closer to his BKB just because of the fact that he can disassemble the Echo Saber, which he likely will. But it is still, you would like to have it by this point, and he has felt super underwhelming on this Slardar for the most part this game.
Oh! It hurts every time.
That is a rough one, man. That is a really rough one. Is that 100 to 0?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just click on how many items. He's got 20,000 net worth at the 29-minute mark. He's an absolute insanely farmed beast of a player right now.
He also got Psychic Headband. So cast range is,
he's
so
got
far.
A bazillion cast range. He's got insane CDRs of Arcane Rune. He's got the damage amp of Flame Cloak, the damage amp of E-Blade. Yeah. Any hero he looks like right now just disappears. Meanwhile, top they're trying to siege.
Damage Laguna Blade.
Radiant's middle tower's not feeling the love.
That's pretty good. That's a good number. 1600 damage. All right, Raven just gonna start ticking down on this tower and feels pretty safe. Has the Aegis for another 3 minutes. They're gonna go in for the Blink Lasso. The 4-staff is there, and I mean, Raven's in really deep. The question is, can they get him out? The Blink Dagger will be available. The Cogs be able to push him back. Oscar not in a good position to stop him. And that is, I mean, that's safety. Raven's out. You've lost your Clockwork now as Abed's trying to find an opening. He is stuck on the inside here, and they will go in on Oscar, try to finish the kill, but a nice E-Blade. They get the finger off as well. They're trying to finish off Abed, and he will finally go down, but Lumiere dies. Oh no, it's not without a cost, and a heavy one at that. Dark Mago, gotta be careful here as Gabby will recombine here on this Brewmaster as Raven's still getting to work on these barracks. Knight gets chased down underneath the base. Now buyback on the Slardar, this does give them some kill threat. Hookshot coming up in 1 here for Panda, but who do you kill? Who can you kill? doesn't look like they're going to go for it. I mean, you have Lasso, but the Blink Daggers are broken. They're smoked up at the moment, but they've got to find something. They have to find a kill here.
They're so desperate.
Hook shot in, Panda. They're on the wrong page. They're going to try and get a Lasso and isolate Carlo, and they will bring him in, and that's a kill for sure. A 1-for-1 trade. It doesn't feel like enough, though. You need these big heroes. You need to take down this Templar assassin.
She had the cheese the entire time. Like, could they even take her down, right? Like, we're seeing it. Like, the Weaver needs a BKB. Without the BKB, he's dying to, like, one LSA combo. He's dying to... He didn't even get Lagoon in this one. It was just LSA into spells. Dead. And we're going to see the replay here. And just the fight construct for Wawitas, it's so difficult, right? Arbid's inside their base, free casting from the top left-hand corner. Clock dies instantly, and then, sure, they do swarm on top of him, but look at Weaver. Couple clicks here, boom, LSA, calling, dead. Like, that's not how your carry should be dying at the 31-minute mark, and it is just near impossible, it feels like, their actual ability to fight now. 26,000 gold lead at the 32-minute mark. Blacklist.
That's a pretty big number.
We've not even seen a Tormentor yet. Come on, boys. Take a Tormentor.
They did take it once. They did take it once. So Lion and Slardar took it earlier.
Ah, Lion and Slardar did. Sure. But have Blacklist?
That's probably where Lion got the shard, honestly. I don't think he was actually planning on buying it.
No. But has Blacklist taken one? I'm checking now.
I actually don't know if Blacklist took theirs. But
it doesn't ring a bell, but...
Slardar will solo it once again, ends up going to Panda. This is quite a good one, the jetpack.
Yeah, it's nice. I think people always kind of forget how useful it is just because you get the bonus move speed inside your jetpack. So your ability to just scout out the fight, get that additional bit of vision whilst you're flying around, it is just, yeah, very, very helpful. So, Blacklist, they smoke up. They smoke first, then check for the ward. So a little bit of out of sync there, but still. Nevertheless, they are looking to find someone.
They picked up some huge items as well. Gabby grabs an AC now, so that aura going to be available on his Earth Spirit, of course, which is really cool. And Tim's has a Lotus Orb now, so you're not killing anybody. And Gabby just lets that split rip to just bring down these barracks, and these things are crumbling, man. Look at the damage. They can't defend this at all. They don't feel safe, and mid protected by a T2, luckily, but that's not going to last for very long.
And of course, a combination that we haven't really spoke about is
Dark Mago dies.
Nice PMA tips, of course. The team tipping their own team here. It's a nice evolution of the tip game. You would like to... Oh, okay, I take it back. Oh, Gabby just aggressively tipped. Oh, Gabby, okay.
He's making you look silly, honestly.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, that is mega creeps.
Right.
I don't know what you... I mean, honestly, this game feels almost all but over. Like, you have to have Blacklist making, I would say, a pretty aggressive throw.
Sorry, did you say it's all but over?
Yes, that's exactly what I said. Thank you. Dude, look at that Brood up stance, man. He by the time he hit the ground from the Earth Spike, he was already unstunned. That's good stuff. Hook shot on the backside. Panda does manage to find Abed, but they both just fly out of the cogs instead. They're trying to bring down the Brewmaster, but there it is. The status resistance just too dang good. The Laguna Blade will once again take down Knight as Oscar will just burn to the damage of Rave and Panda on the run. It is too much. Overwhelming damage coming out here from the side of Blacklist. They will take game number 1 in our group stage opener. An XD from Gabby. Oh boy.
Ooh, okay.
That is... He's feeling himself, man. I'll tell you what.
And capital XD. Not even lowercase. This man, he shift, then pressed the 2 buttons. So, yeah, no, I think Blacklist just a really calm